from the cafeteria. Excuse, where is my adobo? Lola by then will be swaying in a hammock back in the Philippines. What for? He is young. He does not yet understand the importance of rest. In the distance we see children past tall trees, old in the glittering air. But Williamo says he does not want to play, not now. So we roll under the eucalyptus, once upon a time from Australia. I told my employer already, when they go to Europe to celebrate their 10th, I will take Williamo to the Philippines. We are saving for the tickets. It is true, I am closer to Williamo than I am to my grandchild, because I see Williamo every day. My employers, they change when they move to the big house, Lita says. They really change. For your salary, let them change. We compare jobs the way women compare husbands. The home of my employer, it is the smallest, but one day I will bring the disc with her music and play that little melody I heard. This is the mother of Williamo, I will tell them. Usually you would trade a part of what you have, but not all. They don't think I will leave, but a lot of people, they are looking Filipinas. We are status symbols like a BMW. I can usually make babysitters laugh. No, you know what my employer told me, Lita whispers? In the hospital, they have a joke. What does yes mean in Tagalog? Yes, it means fuck you. Yes, Vicky repeats loud. Fuck you. Shh, I say. Williamo is a minor bird, and sure enough, the head pops up. What? He is very advanced. Vicky, she does not think. Some unmarried women, you wonder why, but Vicky, it is a face I have seen before on retardeds. The profile a crescent, the jaw and forehead more out. Vicky thinks only about meals and money. In our place, we would not know each other. Only Lita lived in my social class. Tomorrow at the house of Lita, Vicky calls, hitting me too hard. I want to go there now, Williamo says, to Lita House. In their voices, that is the only place. It is our house. Back home, I have ready a project. We put into cardboard all the coins. Claire told us we could have the pennies for the Choo-Choo Bank where we are saving for the Philippines. We also find nickels, dimes, and quarters, and I have brown tubes for those too. There is always money in this house. It is a hunt, I tell Williamo, and we discover nests in the carpet, piles on counters, little dishes filled. If someone came to the door with a pizza and I needed $10, I could find it in pockets and cups mixed with slips of paper. My house in the Philippines is like this too. That way, if I become very low, I can dig. We pile the rolls of coins, build with them an American log cabin using his Play-Doh for the mortar. Williamo is a good worker. If we can keep the dimes, we will have a lot already, but I have to ask. Hey, Claire answers her phone. We are asking, can we have also the silver coins? Sure, Lola. There are certain people, you know, they will always say to you, yes. At the bank, we fall in line. When we go to the front, the lady acts all business, making a total. I say, this little man filled the nickels by himself. When she finishes the silver coins, I lift a bag of pennies from his wagon. It is heavy, we have many pennies. I lift Williamo up to see. But the lady pushes our tubes out. We cannot take pennies. Williamo picks one roll to hand it back to her. I remember this moment again and again. It is like the giving of a flower. He does not yet understand. We don't take these, she says. For a second then, his face changes, what his mother calls buried with a frown. Cartoon looks, they are really true on children. An upside-down smile, then bawling. He throws the roll of pennies at her face. I can't help you, the lady says with closed teeth. Her hand goes above her eye. She has already given us paper money for the silver. She looks at me with hate. I have seen real hate only a few times in my life. The shape of diamonds, it is shocking. Come, Williamo. I fight him down into the wagon. I will have to pull the pennies in him. We will make our getaway. But he runs, dragging pennies to a garbage can and dumps the tubes in. Still crying, he is mad now, also mad. I have to stop him. This is not right, all our effort. With him, what I do is almost tackle. I get on the floor and hold him until the fight is out. Once upon a time, I say, I work in Beverly Hills, a house very fancy, 3 layers, floors like a checkerboard, marble. When I first came, the lady, she opened the door and right away she said, "You are hired." She told me she knew like that. She snapped her fingers. You will never guess from why. Because the way I tie my sneakers. She thought Lola was tidy. But Lola is not so tidy, not really. I can be if I have to. And for her, I clean everything. But that is not the way I live. It is too much time, always straightening. I would rather taste some part of life. The husband, he had an office and she hired me extra to go on the Saturday. And he had 1 jar like this, up to my waist, full with pennies. I asked him, did he want me to get tubes from the bank? He said, you can take the pennies. But I could not lift. So I came back Sunday, my off, and I sat on the floor and put pennies into tubes. He stepped around me when he went down the hall to use the lavatory. He asked me how much money as he went by. $36. Good job, Lola. The next time, it was 92. By the last time he passed, I was at 306. His face looked strange, like 2 lines crossing. He went down the hall and I heard Xeroxing. On his way back, he stopped and said, maybe you better leave the pennies. Whatever you say, it is up to you. When he returned to his desk, I stood and left it all there, the rolled pennies, the pile on the floor, the jar turned over. I took the bus to the place of Ruth and never went back. That was the end of my career for a Beverly Hills housekeeper. Is that when you came here? You were not yet born. I had to wait for you. But when the husband took the pennies to the bank, you know what they are telling him? They are telling him what they are telling us. We cannot help you. And you know what he will do? He shouldn't have taken your pennies, Lola. He is a bad man. Only a little bad. Listen, you know what he will do? He will throw the pennies in the garbage and go away in a hurry. He is always in a hurry. He is too busy, see? Now I fish with my arm in the garbage, feeling around wet things for our tubes. But we will do something else. Come, you watch. I pull him in the wagon out into the bright air. We go to the 5 and Dime and the candy shop, then the Discovery store where we spin the globe. Each place I count out money. I put the rolls on the counter so it is easy for the register clerk. My father told me, spend your small money first. He remembered when money became light and the lower denominations would not anymore buy. And still at that time, there was wealth. In the wagon, Williamo eats long orange candy worms. See, in the bank it is nothing, but out here it is still money. Not for the Philippines, but we can buy every day a little. It is our trust fund. I trust you and you trust me. You have your candy. Now we will use pennies to buy Lola her coffee. That is what my kids, they will remember, that Lola loved her coffee. When we return home, the hallway rounds to a cave and I hear chopping. I will be the one, I say. My employer, she did not grow up with a helper. She cannot easily ask. So I take the tomatoes. All the while, with a smile, it is not hard, not when you have a purpose. And I have 5 purposes, the youngest 19, studying medicine. Always the parents first, Ruth said. A kid cannot fire you, even here. Anyway, my employer is a good cook. I am happy to chop. Tonight her eye where Williamo hit shines black and blue, yellow also. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, she says. It is the age too. But my children, they were not like this, not even Dante. Here in America, they are different, also taller. Maybe I should find a psychologist, my employer whispers. Do you think this is all still normal? Really? I do not know. But I say, you are talking to the wrong person because I like naughty boys. She gives me my plate covered with a napkin to carry back to my place. You won't eat with us, Lowell? Ruth advised me, Americans do not know what they want. They invite you and then after they will pine for their privacy. Americans need privacy because it is a big, big land. Also, if I'm eating with them and Williamo needs more milk, I will be the one to jump up. I like to watch the TV. It is important to have hours you are comfortable. Later on, he can come to my place. We will study the globe, the lavender Philippines, Orange, California. They leave the dishes for morning. They are a little spoiled, like my own kids, but I do not mind. They work hard. My money is earned. I can sit, so that is my day. Some people across the Pacific, they had better be studying.